I'm Michael. Um, you don't know me, most likely. If you do, it's from the one time I streamed with webcam and the three times I accidentally turned it on. I'm kind of done with the jokes now. I used all the good jokes in the first two times I did this. I'm just gonna be completely straightforward with, I guess, everybody. You don't have any reason to hear me out. I'm just a dude who's new to Twitter, has noticed some things, I wanted to talk about him because I don't see it talked about a lot. So I won't keep you long. The first one is balance. I've been making content since before 2005. I've been making it officially since 2005. I've had my ups and downs. And one thing I see a lot on Twitter is people having a hard time with balance. Maybe you're just doing what you like and you're having issues with family or your spouse or something along those lines. It's okay to leave for a bit if you need to work on you, and more importantly, your relationships, no matter which direction that goes in. If you're if you've tried compromising a ton of times and you still don't actually know what your family or your significant other doesn't like about you streaming, maybe that's not healthy. And it's time to kind of address that. But more than anything, balance is important to your mental health. I know. When you are going all at it, you can easily lose yourself in it, but that takes a toll on you. And over time, it gets worse. I hate seeing people go through that. So, that was the first part I wanted to bring up. I want people talking about it. If you're having issues, reach out because you're definitely not alone. There's tons of people. And before I could even come and talk to you about balance, I sat down with my own wife to ask her about me and my streaming. I can't really come to you about balance without knowing where I stand. So I asked her, "What do you think about me streaming?" She said, "It's fine. I don't mind." Okay, so my next question was why? Why don't you mind? Her answer was because when she sees me streaming, she sees me in my element and she knows it makes me happy, and that makes her happy. We compromised on my streaming. I have a lot of free time, which is a liberty that a lot of people do not have. I work full time and I fucking work hard. And I spend time with my wife whenever I can. And when I'm not, I'm streaming. Streaming or making music. One of those two things. But I want the people who need to take away a message from this, take away that message. Obviously, I'm different. Every person is different. But that's the understanding me and my wife have. She just likes seeing me happy, and she knows that makes me happy, and it doesn't get more complicated than that. The second thing is goals and losing sight. I see a lot of people pushing for affiliate, which I guess that's like it's affiliate and partnered, right? And then I noticed that the gap for affiliate is like fucking tiny, and then the gap for partnered is like it's ridiculous. The amount of the difference between getting to affiliate and getting to partnered is insane. But those aren't goals to me. And hear me out, because I see a lot of people talking about affiliate and all that as goals. And this is just my personal opinion, okay? But hear me out. Those aren't goals. Those are results. If you post something on Twitter that says I'm going live and that's all it says, and then it has a whole thing of tags, I'm muting you. If it says you're looking to do a support network and everyone comment and follow for follow, I'm muting you. I currently have almost 400 accounts muted, maybe a little over, because that is a lack of sight for me. Those are results. You're pumping numbers. That's it. And I will tell you right now, when I first started on YouTube, I went through this very brief phase where I was depressed. I wasn't seeing the numbers that I wanted. I didn't feel like I was being seen or validated by people. And what that caused for me was to turn to something like pumping numbers. And at the time, I'm not big into social media. I'm not really on any. I turned to essentially bots. And I made a YouTube video about this before. But I made bots kind of help me with my subscribers. And that was really early when I started on my YouTube channel. And you want to know what? It was hollow. And not every, but a lot of follow for follow stuff, it's going to be hollow too. You got a number. You didn't get a person. And the person's what matters. If it's not, you need to relook at things, because money is a result of your connections with people. You're stressing too much on the affiliate and the partnered, in my opinion, from what I've seen as an individual new to all this, when it comes to Twitter and all that. You're putting too much stress on the result and too much energy. You need to put all that energy back into the people. The second part of this little stream thing I'm doing will be me thanking people who have supported me and what they mean to me and what they do and why I support them. I don't just follow people. I don't. I think I have something like maybe 30 people followed on Twitch and I have like 120 something, 122 or something followers. I follow people who I get to know. If you're a good person, if I get a sense that you're a good person, that you care about what you do, that you care about the people that you interact with, I'll support that. Because that's important. The last thing I wanted to talk about was putting your health on the back seat. I see so many people apologizing for not being able to make the day stream because you're sick. Because you just aren't feeling it that day. Your viewers, the people who support you, they don't need an apology. Take that guilt away. You're not letting anyone down. It's okay to take a day away for you. The channel's only going to be as good as you are. And I'll tell you right now, you would be surprised how far putting your health in the backseat can go over time without you noticing. I was hospitalized. I was essentially making content and sleeping. I just wasn't eating because I was going hard at it. I didn't even notice it when it was happening. It sneaks up on you. And I'm not talking about just your physical health, your mental health. If you have depression, if you deal with anxiety, or you have issues with guilt, fucking go hard. Go hard at streaming. Go hard at making content on YouTube. You will fucking find out very quickly that amount of work, because it takes a lot more work than people think, and I know that, it can drive you into a very crappy place. I don't want to see you go there. I've been there. Trust me, it's miserable, and you deserve better. Nobody is more or less important than you are. We're all in this together. We've connected over something we're passionate about. That's a beautiful thing, and that's what it's all about. So take that as advice from some random guy that just likes streaming to people, or making content, or making music, or whatever I have to do. I just like seeing people have a positive reaction. But I hope to the people that needed it, this starts opening up some conversation in these communities. Because I'm tired of learning about people's brands and not learning anything about the people. And I see that too much. I know you are all hardworking. You all care to some degree, or you wouldn't be here. I don't know what you care about, but you care. And that's why, for the third time now, I've done this talk twice. This isn't written out. I have to just talk. And it's nerve-wracking. I'm losing myself emotionally. I've killed my microphone. I'm so sorry. Listen, that didn't happen. The point is, I'm going out on a limb here and going way out of my comfort zone because I can stream and talk about games no problem. Doing this is tough. Please, if you're dealing with some of this stuff, or if you have issues with some of this stuff, you can message me. Message someone you trust, even if they don't know about it. Just talk about it. All right? I love you people. I wouldn't be making content if I didn't. I appreciate everything you've done for me. I appreciate getting to know all the people I've gotten to know. I've always been really comfortable being on my own in real life. But a downside to that is that I don't have a lot of friends. The friends I do have are quality. I don't have a quantity. So the people I've managed to meet doing this, when I got my first piece of fan art by a guy named JayZ, I cried hard. It was like real tears. It was not like healthy. It was like gross crying. But that's what it's all about. That's why I do it. And that's why, once again, I reach out to you people. I see a lot of people a lot younger than me, and I am not as young as I look like I am. Trust me. You're doing great. Don't sell a brand, sell yourself. You don't have to pretend to be anything better than what you already are. You're perfect. And you're perfectly imperfect. Trust me, you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But talk about it. All right? But now, we get to go up to something a little bit more positive, and it's something I've wanted to do for a while. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring it all up here. I don't know really how it'll all go, because it's been a disaster so far. But the first person I wanted to bring up in all of this, I'm going to kick you over here. Alright, ignore that. It pops up every time I use my hotkey. The first person I want to talk about was JayZ. The best way I could describe JayZ to you is JayZ is a professional fan. He has been exceptionally supportive to not just my channel, but to me. When we had people in our viewers that had been there for days and we didn't know who they were, they never talked, I was like, that's weird. JayZ looked into who they were and what the names were. I've talked about him to my friends, to my wife. He took highlights and streams and he made a compilation video out of it. And it meant the world to me. One, because I know what editing is like, and I'm not a big fan of editing, if I'm completely honest. And two, because he could have done a million other things, but he chose to do that for me. JayZ, you have a very special place in my heart, my friend, and I appreciate you. The next one I had for you, and one of the only people who has a channel kind of similar to mine, is Megadon Games. Megadon has been supporting me for a really long time as well. And recently, I've been really looking at his channel, and he makes some really great content. If you like the kind of variety gamer thing, you're definitely going to want to check him out. The reason why, and to be completely honest, when it comes to channel stuff, Megadon hasn't done as much as someone as JayZ. He's done a lot, And it's not any form of competition. The reason why I start with that is because I want to focus on something. It's the main reason why I wanted to have Megadon in this video. The dude's passionate about what he does. He cares about the people he interacts with. He works hard to make content on YouTube, which I know all too well how hard that is. And he will still take time to support other people, to get to know you. And that right there, I'll support that. I'll subscribe to that. I'll follow that. And not just like a little bit, but I'll follow someone like that as far as they're going to go. Because that is the type of content creator that I want to promote. That is my ideal content creator. Someone who cares like that. So if you enjoy variety content that you can have fun with, I highly recommend his channel. But more importantly, I highly recommend The Adventures of Captain Thickcock, because I've gone through the videos and watched a couple, but that one so far, especially the intro to it, fucking kills me. It is great. The next one I wanted to bring up was ZPaul Gamer. ZPaul Gamer, I met him through a Twitter social group for streamers that wasn't quite what I expected, but nonetheless, he has been such a supportive person. He has checked up on me, which right then and there tells you a million things about his character. He cares about what he makes, he cares about the people who watch him, and once again, he's passionate about what he does. That is the streamer I will support, and that's the streamer I think you should check out. If you are a big fan of Fortnite Rocket League, he's a big fan of streaming that stuff, so be sure to go over and check out his channel. All the stuff will be in the description of the highlight and the description of the YouTube video, so trust me, you're going to want to jump on that. The next one, I'm going to kind of bunch this up to two, okay? And I don't want you to think that takes away from any of it. But the next two I want to bring up is Riddy Up Brah and Dynamic Pulse. Riddy Up Brah I had met previously, and right from the beginning, he was positive, he was enthusiastic, and he's been supportive. And him and Dynamic Pulse, who truthfully I have only very briefly known Dynamic Pulse, they created a community on Discord that is something to truly be proud of. I tried a lot of Twitter groups when it came to finding streamers, and it was a lot of promoting and selling brands, and I hated it. They have managed to create a community of streamers where it's getting to know the people and the brands second. Caring about each other, understanding how tough this can be, and supporting each other when we need that extra support. Creating a community like that, and I know because I've also had communities of a lot of people, is a lot of work and very hard to manage. And to keep a community of that size positive, without toxicity kind of leaking in, I cannot express to you how difficult that can be. And Riddy Up Brah and Dynamic Pulse, they've managed to do that. They're both genuine people, and they both care a lot. I highly recommend checking them out as well. And don't think all this is anything for me to gain. Listen, I've been perfectly content streaming and sitting there for like 3 or 4 years with 0 to 0.5 average viewers. I stream because if the odd person finds me, if I can help take your mind off shit, I hope you're happy. That's what matters to me. These people have gone out of their way, and I was open about that when I joined their group, and they have still helped me to tune in, say hey, to lurk in my channel, even though I'm like on the fence about lurking and stuff. It means the world, because they could be doing anything else. But they're supporting me. And I'm not someone that forgets things like that very easily, and I don't take them lightly. So consider this my first little round of thanking people who don't just support my channel, but genuinely mean a lot to me. I don't know you people. I've never met you people. but I can tell you that you mean a lot to me. So if you're ever going through a shitty time, or you're ever kind of feeling like you don't matter, for whatever situation, we all have weak points. I'm thinking about you folks. And I care about you. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. I love you people. Take care.